Hey, what is up guys? So what a great replay to share with you guys today. It's Star Seraph Heraldic Beast facing off against Chaos Kuribohs. And there's a trick up the guy's sleeve that's playing the Kuriboh. And I never even expected that card to actually work the way it does. And it's actually okay, but we'll talk a little bit about that later. If you guys don't know what Heraldic Beast is, it's an archetype that came out, and it was like a rank 4 spam deck, but everything else was just kind of better at, the rank 4 spamming. Heraldic Beast, they got a lot of decent support, though. They have one card, rank 4 plays, and there's a lot of free pluses in the deck, but I still think heroes are, like, amazing compared to most of the stuff out, because when there's no graveyard, there's no pluses, but it's kind of like a Chaos Piper, but, like, it's straight up like Kuriboh, like, straight up there is some amazing Kuriboh support that I didn't know existed, which is kind of cool. But anyways, Castell's going to go ahead and bounce back the Gores. One thing that I hated with bouncing back with the effect of Castell, one time I saw a guy bounce back a Gores. The guy had a set Reckless Greed. The guy had Reckless Greeds before the guy attacks with Castell again, and then Gores is immediately dropped again. It was probably the coolest thing I've ever seen in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! But nonetheless, I mean, you're looking at this guy right in the back, you're like, dude, how is he even going to compete, right? No, just wait. Curry Bandit's kind of cool too. It is a Kuriboh card. Plus it can send Rainbow Kuriboh to the graveyard. And there's a lot of level 1s, so it really just helps out Piper. And Rainbow Kuriboh is able to make it so that monster can't attack, which is kind of cool. I remember when Shadals were actually using this card in the OCG. Like, there were top decks running Rainbow Kuriboh, and the card was kind of expensive. I think it went up to like 10 bucks, but now it's kind of like, whatever. Too slow for the game now. But Soul Charge is activated, and at first I was like, what the heck is this guy going for? And then he goes ahead and makes Angel of Zera, which I completely forgot about. It's just a card that can't be banished, and it gains 100 attack for each of your opponent's banished cards, which is an okay effect. And like I said, it can't be banished, so that means, unaffected by... Well, it can be banished, but it just comes back. You can only use this effect once per turn, not that it's really too often that it pulls off its effect. But Fuda Summoning Kuriboh, gonna go ahead and special summon that Wing Kuriboh. Lightning Shore, gonna go ahead and send back the Angel of Zera, which, like I said, I forgot about that card. We always thought that card was gonna be good. That card was kind of expensive when it came out too, and then I was like, whatever, man. I think what happened was 101. It causes way too many problems for like these strong monsters that come out into the game. But there's Advanced Heraldry Art right there, so you get to target 2 of your Heraldic Beasts and then immediately Exceed Summon, and that's like the 1 card rank 4 play, which I think is really good. And there's a Diamond Dude, which is interesting. And then that Honest is activated. Honest, so good. He's got to keep in mind that he activated the effect of Honest to bounce back. Look at this. Look at Kuriboh is like all of a sudden there's Cephalon, there's BLS, and there's the Kuriboh. So crazy. When I saw that, I was like, dude, there's just too much stuff, and he doesn't want him to get the draw with Mathematician, so he actually goes ahead and banishes it. But he's going to go ahead and attach him as material, which is kind of cool. Then he's able to absorb the card that he didn't want to deal with. And then, BLS is still BLS, And Piper going to get that effect to draw. Allure of Darkness, more draw power, sending a Rainbow Kuriboh with Foolish Brill. He could be returning back to the hand. Then we have Regeki activated, getting rid of the best card in the game, man. The sackiest card, other than Snatch. And then we got Chaos Sorcerer, and then Wing Kuriboh back in attack position. And then he's activating this card. Hold on. I want to pause right here, because this is why I thought this deck was kind of cool. Since he's playing like Cephalon, he can really make use of this card called Berserker Crush. So, you remove from play 1 monster from your graveyard. The attack and defense of 1 face of Wing Kuriboh that you control becomes equal to the attack and defense of that monster until the end phase of this turn. So that means he's going to banish Cephalon, so that Wing Kuriboh that he gets out relatively easily can have 4,000 attack, which is kind of just trillsy in the game, especially if you can like banish a monster, and especially if you're against heroes, man. Sometimes 4,000, that's all you need to make a game, because they pay half of their points. And here's the Star Seraphs coming into play, man. These Star Seraphs are so good. Anyways, if you guys haven't seen them, I think we should talk about them right now, because I talked about them in the past, and then they got hit in the OCG, but now, once they come out of the TCG, we gotta be ready for this archetype. Anyways, so it can't be used for the Exceed material, except for the Exceed Summon of a monster that uses 3 or more as material. If you normal summon or special summon a Star Seraph monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you do draw a card, then if it's a Star Seraph monster, you can special summon that monster from your hand. He kind of sacked him there. But next up, with Star Seraph Scepter, when this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 Star Seraph monster from your deck to your hand, except for the same copy of itself. And it has to use, an XYZ monster that was XYZ summoned using 3 or more monsters you control as material. gets this effect. When this card is XYZ summon, target one other card in the field, destroy that card, and if you do, draw a card. So like, are you kidding me? You get to draw a card and special summon it, and you get to destroy a card, and then draw extra cards? Like, how much plus does Star Seraph need? And that's why they kind of got hit anyways. But he's going to go ahead and activate the effect of Deltaros, and then he's going to activate Berserker Crush, but it doesn't really matter because he's going to go ahead and MST that other card. And then that 2,500 Kuriboh, man, too strong. He's going to protect it. Then he's going to go ahead and go for Castell, and he's going to have to bounce back the Wing Kuriboh because it has too much attack. I thought that was hilarious. And then Rainbow Kuriboh is going to go ahead and actually protect him, so good stuff over there. Top deck's Berserker Crush, has the Kuriboh going for that Mystic Piper, with them Piper pluses, and then Dark Armed, and he only had 3 darks apparently, and bam, Dark Armed just going to town. I'm gonna go ahead and attack, and then Kuriboh with that massive 400 directly, and then it goes back to the hand. Like, Piper Chaos, what happened to that deck, man? And he's gonna go ahead and set the Star Seraph, and this should be game. I don't know who wins, but I assume at this point, like, okay, the replay ends. But wow, that was some straight up anime status stuff right there, man. That was a sick replay. Thank you, Mr. Garpal, for sending in the sick replay. Like I said, it's like straight up the TV show stuff. The Kuriboh deck, you saw the Berserker Crush. He had Castell the Berserker, he had to Castell the Kuriboh because he couldn't get over it because it just had too much plus. And with Curry Bandit, you know, you're getting all those cards Thrave, and it does have to be a Wing Kuriboh though. I was thinking if it could be Rainbow Kuriboh, it would be kind of better. Like if it could be Rainbow Kuriboh or regular. But it does have to be Wing Kuriboh. Not that this deck doesn't have easy access to it, but I think the guy's just trolling more than anything. I mean, he beat him with a Kuriboh deck. And Star Seraphs, you can throw them in anything that's like rank 4 based, and they significantly get upgraded as far as how they are in the tier list. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Azneyes signing out.